Ooh, welcome back to the Quiet Car Podcast. It's your boy Money right here. Got JP on the other side of me right now. This is episode 8. Trying to get to 10. Got 2 more to 10. Listen here. There's a lot of stuff happened this week. There's a lot of stuff we called on earlier that we finna go play the lottery type stuff. So on this episode, we got a lot to talk about. First of all, WNBA draft went in. 2.4 million people watched that thing. Okay? Watch that thing. You talk about something on a rise. Wait until that Prism WNBA comes out. That's all I'm going to say. Wait till that Prism WNBA comes out. Angel Reese signing with Panini. Called it. We'll talk about that for a little bit with that. And also, Beckett is listening to the podcast. That's crazy. So anyway, we're going to start off with the show recap. But before that, how was your week?
Man, the weekend was epic, bro. So this weekend, I didn't actually go to a card show. I went to a Comic-Con instead. But I took all my TCG stuff. I was able to make some super big plays. One of my biggest takeaways from the whole weekend is I got a graded copy of the game Duck Hunt from 1987. It's a 5-screw. It's got the hang tag on the back with the box, graded in a 7, just super crispy. It was a great time. I killed it at a sale at our local LCS. I picked up some just major heat.
Yeah,
This is for those audio listeners, this is a game used patch from Steph Curry, numbered to 49, and it's in a BGS 8.5. And yeah, man, this weekend was just filled with heat, bro. So tell me about your show. How did your show go?
So I was in Charlotte, North Carolina on a whim type stuff. I was supposed to be in Tuscaloosa watching see how we're going to win the national title next year, but didn't go. It's all good. But I had to go out to Charlotte. Found out there was a show in Charlotte in some hotel. I don't even know the name of the show. One thing about it that I loved, when I pulled in there, you had the Ferrari dealership right there. You had a Bentley dealership right there. Absolutely loved it. I definitely left and went after the show. I definitely went to the Ferrari dealership. Got to check out that 428 down there they had. And also, but the show was, I had 100 tables there. I tried to be a vendor at the show. Guy was sold out. I was like, okay, cool. I'll just walk it, this and this. Immediately packed. It reminded me of think of a smaller version of the Scottsboro show.
Kind of like the Nashville Lighthouse show kind of setup.
I've never been there.
Okay.
So it's like
a smaller Scottsboro show. So yeah.
Okay. So it's like 100 tables at Charlotte, but man, it was probably about equal amount of vintage there, equal amount of modern cards, and equal amount of like Pokemon. I mean, It was equal. I never seen a show that was so balanced on what they had. I was like, okay, this is awesome. So, I went up to the people. I went up to a couple of people buying stuff, this and this. I was like, hey, y'all just buying, graded stuff, whatever. Just opened my case. He just went through it, boom. Made a deal. Connor Menard is gone. He wanted, he really wanted that. So I was like, just give me a price, whatever, it don't matter. And so I came out of there pretty good. So this is crazy though. The guy from Culture Collision, oh my God, I can't believe it. Oh, what's his name? He was, so Culture Collision, the guy that was behind me, that was selling the Pokemon stuff. He was there in Charlotte. He was there. So that was, because usually, like I said, when I go to a show, I try to find people that I know. And crazy enough, I looked at his case. I didn't know he was going to be. I didn't know he was from North Carolina area. I looked at his case. And I remember one thing about his case at Culture Collision was he had, I guess he was a backup quarterback. I don't know who it was, but he had all these these 1-on-1 laundry tags and all this other stuff. Thinking it's Justin Herbert, but it's not. It's the other guy, whatever. And that's how I recognized it. I looked up and I said, oh man, I know you and everything. So we talked this and this. But all in all, that was great. I should have listen. I gotta have a table. I would have killed it at that show. It was packed in there. Couldn't barely walk. And I spent about 2 hours there. Left. Want to go get some. Went to a place called Nardo's. Got some oxtail pizza. That was fire. Yeah, and then
so how many people do you think attended? So the event that I went to, I think they posted numbers that they were at like 25,000 people.
Is that a record?
I mean, it was at the VBC. Yeah.
Is that a record?
I don't know if that's a record or not, but bro, I tell you, like even for the biggest room at that venue, it was hot in there. I mean, it was like a ton of people.
Did you see anybody from Saved by the Bell?
Bro, they had so I'm terrible. I don't know actors. I don't know actresses. They had a ton of cool big names. They had the mom and dad from the show Bluey. They had Steve from Blue's Clues.
Oh, the original.
The OG original. Steve from Blue's Clues.
Oh my gosh.
They had like some wrestlers, like Orange Cassidy, I believe, was there. They had a few other people, Trish Stratus, or Tara Strong. They had some big names. I mean, it was monstrous. But I did not participate in any of that because all of those lines were like 2-3 hours long.
Yeah.
And you know, if you're not in there on the VIP time period or super early on like a Friday first day, bro, you're half of your show is going to be waiting in line.
So with the duck hunt game, are you going to get the gun with it?
No,
that would be ill.
This honestly, I'm just thinking of the flip. I'm thinking of the trade value. I'm thinking of nostalgia always sells. I was actually super fortunate. So kind of similar to you, when I went to my event, all the card vendors, I knew every single one of them on a first name basis. Like, Andreas was one of them. He was working a comic book shop. The Pokemon trade day that I recently went to, that owner, Titus, he was there. And then my other buddy was Tommy. He was working for the video game store. So I knew all of those people, but it was clutch. I was able to trade some Pokemon that I really had, not much into for that and some cash on top to get a deal done. So overall, I felt like it was a great show.
I'm upset that I missed it. But it'd be weird times.
It was crazy. I mean, honestly, like you bring in your son, he would have had such a blast, bro. I mean, first off, there were so many girls his age that were, dressed up in like the cosplay kind of thing. It was a very mom and dad kid friendly space, but overall, it was a great way to spend a weekend day.
I had to get some art there. Like I said last time, that's where I get all my anime art from. Is over there. But like I said, it's just weird. It's just weird.
My girl, she loves these like the magnets. I think this one's Bell, so it's just like a little magnet for the fridge.
That is fire.
But, the lady also had cool stuff like little Pikachu. So I mean, tons of cool art stuff. Tons of cool stuff. Oh, here's the actual. This is the one I had to get for myself just because I'm that guy.
Look at that.
Little Charizard action. And this brand is called Pixel Perfect, and they're a local like husband-wife setup.
From here?
They bring their kids to Alabama. So they've been to a few different shows that were here local.
They must hit all the So are you coming to Atlanta for Collecticon? Have you been? You haven't been to Collecticon yet, right?
I've not been to the Atlanta Collecticon. No.
But have you been to a Collecticon?
Yeah, that's what I went to basically this week. I mean,
the Collecticon.
It was not a Collecticon; it was a Comic-Con, but it's they're all the same. And I mean, maybe I'm being rude by assuming that, but I mean, this one had cards, this one had video games, this one had like specialty pins, all the cool stuff. But yeah, I would love to go to a Collecticon, but I don't know. See, my only thing with the Comic-Con kind of thing, it is a super expensive entry point. So for like two people, it was like $70. Which I'm used to a card show where it's like a card show at $10 a piece. I don't feel bad at all. But
dude, we could just go. Yeah. I'm going to help Yabo out.
I'll see if I could have got a VIP badge. Actually, I didn't even think about it. Andreas kind of said something once I got there. He said, "Man, you should have hit up Rocket City collector Pokemon JD and get his VIP badge because he only went like the first 2 days, and I went Sunday." So
I thought he set up.
No. I think he was set. I think he was sharing a table with another vendor, and I think he pretty much sold out, so he just didn't go Sunday. Which, I mean, that's a great problem to have.
Wow. Okay, let's go then. All right, good. All in all, I need to go next year. Hopefully, it's not on. Because usually be like doing a NFL draft, and I'm always like never here, so just I missed out. But Charlotte was good. I gotta go back though. I love Charlotte. But speaking of that, like I said, so WNBA happened. WNBA draft happened last night, and 2.4 million people watched it. Watch that draft. So if anybody on here goes WNBA, we can't name a player there. That's not happening no more. They're on the rise. I said it before. It's where the NBA was, 30 years ago, whatever.
The WNBA Prism has been such a sneaky play for the last couple years. Like Yabo was the one who put me on it. And man, every time I've got involved, I've definitely done well. So it's not only a sport, but it's a product that's also, I feel like, moving up, man. Like it feels like an interesting play.
May 14th, regular season starts. May 14th. And like I said, within an hour of her Caitlin getting drafted, sold out of jerseys.
Oh yeah. I think
every
they sold,
size.
Yeah, every size. That was the crazy thing.
Like what you want. Here's the thing, right? And I've been seeing this a lot before the draft. These, and much respect to UConn, because UConn dominated way back in the day. And I understand everybody that came from UConn, all this other stuff. The exception of Becky Lobo, all these UConn motherfuckers
been talking
so much smack about Caitlin Clark.
She doesn't have a ring. Is she even good? I cannot wait to see her go ball out on these girls. Now, wait, what was that smack you were talking? 3 in your face.
Now, here's the deal. Now, look, we're not over here saying that she's going to average 40, because we understand it's a whole different level to this, even if it's WNBA. But,
bro, she's going to be draining threes in people's faces, though, night after night after night.
Yes, they ain't gonna know what to do. And like I said, she still got Aliyah Boston on the team also. So that's just another thing. But here's the deal. Now, I'm Las Vegas Aces till I day that I die. I just love Asia Wilson, but the Chicago Sky on getting Angel Reese and Camilla,
dude, it is going to be vicious. I cannot wait. It's going to be vicious.
That's gonna be box office right there. Now, I understand Kayla's gonna be box office and everything, but the Angel Reese, that's gonna be box office right there. I don't care what nobody say. Angel Reese and Camilla, ain't nobody going to the paint. You better learn how to shoot that ball when you see this Chicago Sky.
Yeah, good.
Period. So shout out to Angel Reese for signing to Panini, which that's a huge move. They need to get Camilla. They probably need to go get Camilla next. But I also saw Brink sign also, and a girl from Utah also signed. And it was another one that signed also. I think She's from UConn. It's known for UConn, I think, to sign. So, but shout out to Angel Reese. Shout out for Panini for being smart. We just need the autos. So they understand where this box is finna go. And let me tell you something. And I said it before. If it's probably gonna sell for $900. But here's the deal. They better not try to be smart with this and try to affect these prices on Angel, because what was it? Was it David Adams? That's where the $900 gonna go. He's gonna rack all these up. Can you imagine? Look, there's no WNBA breaks right now.
None.
There's none.
At all.
There's none. We're gonna come on here when that thing drop. I'm gonna count up all the breaks that's gonna happen with the WNBA.
Yeah, the moment that product comes out, it's gonna be like 45 breaks of WNBA.
I want to see how much the Indiana Fever is going to be, and the Chicago Sky is going to be as a team.
Oh, bro, it's gonna be like a $200, $300 team. Like, it's gonna be crazy.
Which that'd be so ill. That's not a bad price, I don't think. I might have to do a break. I might have to do a WNBA break. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, bro. If I'm gonna do a break, I'm personally going to go to Fanatics and try to hit one on, like, say, I think it's Friday nights. They do the 1-of-1. Like, if you hit a 1-of-1, they give you like an extra $250 or something crazy.
Are they doing Panini products on Fanatics?
Bro, when that product comes out, I bet you they're going to be. I mean, why would you? Like,
I guess you have to.
It's such a big deal. Why would you choose to ignore it? Yes.
So you're getting $200. What is it?
What now?
What is it? What Fanatics?
Fanatics does if you hit a 1-of-1, you get like $250 or something. And then so to my rough understanding, the breaker gives, or which Fanatics pays for, but the person who hits the 1-of-1 gets $250, and then the breaker gets another $250 to give to a random person in the room.
Oh,
and so yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I want to say Sports Card Nonsense said they did like $10,000 in giveaways the other night, just because people were hitting so many 1-of-1s, and it's like, yes, I know that is not a Topps product, right? But why would we choose to ignore it? Plus, on Fanatics, I've seen people rip Leaf products already. So, what's the difference?
Well, I don't think.
But I don't know if the 1-of-1 thing is still in effect with the Leaf thing. But still, it's going to be such a big deal, bro.
Very interested to see that, because the whole thing with we gotta get a breaker on here, because I'm just like,
bro, if we get a breaker on here, we got to get Daddy Rips. That's the only breaker I really truly enjoy. I love Sports Card Nonsense. That's another break.
Have you watched their break?
Yeah. So that's how I learned variations. That's how I learned kind of what to chase as far as for singles. Like, I start picking up cards. Like, for instance, this is a Patrick Mahomes game used patch card, right? But because of my knowledge from watching breaks, I'm chasing numbered to 50 stuff. I'm chasing stuff like that, only because I've been watching those breaks, and you see those guys hit that stuff, and they're like, "Oh wow, that's huge." Versus other parallels, they're like, "Meh," and it's like, "Cool, I'll avoid those." So yeah, I like watching breaks. I have terrible luck though, so I don't necessarily participate often.
Yeah, I don't either. But I don't know. I still gotta get in there. I can't be criticizing these breaks. Which, look, I'm just like, go for it. It doesn't even matter for me. I don't know if people be crying and stuff, but other than that, it's I don't know.
I mean, that's people trying to claim that they're not gambling when, plain as day, any way you want to string it, it's gambling. Unless I'm saying, hey, I went and got this Patrick Mahomes card because I exclusively want it, right? Like, yes, in a way, that's a gamble because you're betting on that player. But I knew exactly what I was getting. I knew exactly, it wasn't like let me rip a pack. Maybe I'll hit the 1-of-1. Maybe I won't. So, I think the people crying about breaks are the people who skunked out and didn't do well. But they would also be the same one to make a video if they hit a 1-of-1 Wemby and go,
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
it's a double-edged sword. I mean, you're gonna complain. You're gonna have whiners and complainers if they don't hit, but the moment they hit, oh yeah, I've been telling y'all forever. Keep breaking. Like,
If you
but yeah,
send your
I would love
cards
to have
off,
somebody like Daddy Rips, pull cards,
pull
so some of
cards.
those big names,
If
or pull
if
out
you
cards.
if you get your cards graded, if you send them cards in yourself, I mean that's basically gambling. So
Yeah,
I mean it's
yeah,
such a
it's a gamble if I grade this and I
broad,
think, oh
yeah,
hey, especially, and this is something that I see all the time. I love when I'm joking. I don't actually love it. I hate to see it, but I see guys. They go, "Oh, yeah, this is definitely going to be a PSA 10. This one comes with a premium," and you're like, "My guy, it's not graded." And they're like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, but this is such a clean copy. Like,
it's
you see, the
clean.
corners are perfect." Blah blah. Bro, even
It's
hitting it with
clean.
your armor all, you're not
Doesn't matter.
guaranteed to get the 10.
Yep.
Like, I soaked it in all the juice for all the days. You're still not guaranteed a 10. It's a
Nope.
gamble.
No. So, but yeah. So shout out to Angel Reese for signing with Benny. Like I said, we called it. Nobody else called it. Exclusive. No, I didn't. No, it wasn't me.
Amani
But
called it.
but see, okay. Let's go on to the main topic, which I'm finna really go off on. Is the whole Beckett situation and the pricing and everything.
Now,
I
I
think it's
want
still
to
too high.
say, I want to say Becca did great, but some subjects they should have hit. They should have said, "Hey, by the way,
Yeah.
there's no membership fee to come grade with us," because I mean that's one thing people don't realize with PSA. Totally great product, totally great brand. If you're not a member, you don't get to submit to us. Oh, by the way, our membership is going up. Oh, we'll give you some extra money on Fanatics to
Mm-hmm.
spend, but like BGS should have came out with the, hey, not only do we not charge memberships, we're going into better prices.
Yep.
Da 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 da. Here's the special. But I'm glad to see they're doing it. I mean, it felt like a good, that they at least came out with something that somebody cared about.
They should have took a month and been like, we got a sale, $10 a card for 45 days.
Oh my God, bro. Listen, 1000%. If they were really, really shooting to increase that pop count, they go,
Yeah.
oh, hey, you've got your 180 point thicky thick card. Okay. Well, $10 a card. Also, by the way, we don't upcharge. There is no arbitrary, oh,
Yeah.
well, Jerry, this 10 is actually an
Yeah.
$1,800 card, so we got to charge you $500 to grade it. Like,
Yeah,
there's
we
nothing
comped
called
it.
it. Yeah, we comped it off of 2021 prices, and you've got to pay an
Jeez.
absorbent price.
Yeah.
Like that, But yeah, I was excited to see it. I thought that was a super, super slick play.
I mean, it's a good move. It's a good step in the right direction. I just
Could have
really
been a little
think.
cheaper.
And then, like I said, I mean, if you got any thick cards, you better send it to them now and make them, because right now, they're gonna really be making it. Maybe look over some stuff like, well, we didn't really see it here because they want,
Well, what do you mean? These corners look great, bro.
yeah, because they want their cards on the thing, which is like I said, nobody has. See, that's the thing with SGC is that their reason why they're so low because they want the cards at the shows. Beckett's
Yeah.
like, whatever, but
Well,
still,
and here's the other thing they really should have hit on. They should have said, hey, like, here's some history of Beckett. Like, we've been the big dog for a hot minute, and maybe we're a down low right now.
yep.
Hold our beer. Watch this. $10 a card, no membership, da 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 da. And if you hit a black label between this time and that time, we're going to give you an extra 10 free grades on the house.
Yeah. I mean, that's what, but I mean, I guess we'll see. I would love to see. I can't wait. Let's see. I would have to wait to I'm wait to the May numbers come in. I'm not really worried about April. I want to see what the May numbers look like.
May is going to be the telltale sign of how many people did they actually get on that announcement.
I know I'm gonna send some in.
Oh my God, yes.
I think I'm gonna send some in. So
100%, bro.
speaking of grading, also is that eBay is out here making deals with Golden,
Hey, they are finessing.
finessing.
I mean, I don't
Say,
know. I think picking up Ken Golden is a big deal, bro. I really do. I mean, okay, Netflix show aside and all that, as far as anybody in the hobby, somebody who goes, what are your 2, 3 big major auction houses? It goes PWCC, Golden, Heritage. It's one of those names that always gets brought up. Probstein 1, 2, 3, like these giant auction houses. I think getting Kenny is a big deal. I mean,
and having PSA also there. PSA bought the vault of
yeah.
eBay, which, well, you would know more about the eBay vault. I mean, what is it like? Is it a
So
thing?
I have chosen to not participate in the eBay vaults, but that's also not how I collect either. I mean, I am more of a guy who I physically want to hold my Steph
Uh-huh.
Curry, and
Uh-huh.
not only that, I do so many shows that it doesn't really do me justice to put stuff off like that, because it's kind of taking it out of play, right? Like I can show this on the podcast. I can show this on my Instagram. 2, 3 weeks later, somebody shoots me a DM.
Yep.
It's super easy to make a deal happen when you physically have it versus, hey, now this is the scenario where it's different. So say if I'm a PWCC vault member and that individual is also, I can make a deal with them in person for cash and then transfer ownership to them. And I think it's like $5 or $6 to transfer something over in
Yeah,
the vault.
like an
That's
NFT.
the play. That's the play. But not a lot of people are into PWCC. I mean, me, you, a few handful of guys that are locals, but for the most part, it's I don't want to say it's not getting attention because it definitely is, but as far as the average user,
I sold a couple cards on PWCC and just transferred it over.
yeah. Listen, I've bought, sold, like I'm coming soon on. I'm going to send something in. Knock on wood, I should have some good grades coming in of some stuff I've recently sent in, and I would like to run it through that auction house.
Wait a minute. So that's right. Because is it PWCC? You can send your stuff to PSA
Well, you
or
can, yeah. So I believe all the major auction houses they all have that you can send to whoever you want.
interesting. Oh yeah, that's
I
right.
have not personally done that play. Personally,
Mm-hmm.
all I've done is if I buy it raw, I receive it raw. If I buy it graded, I receive it graded.
Yeah.
Uh, I know that play as far as buying a raw card and grading it online with never touching it is a super,
Uh-huh.
super popular COMC play, the COMC, check out my cards. I know
Yeah.
that's a big play on there where you buy a raw card, send it in, comes back graded, flip it on the site. You've never touched it. Um,
I gotta start
that's
doing
that's
that
not
more.
really how I'm operating at this point. I might
Yeah.
scale into that, but as of right now, I'm kind of a face to face kind of guy.
So I gotta get on ComC. You
Yeah,
know, it's.
COMC, bro, is lit. Like
I
quite
mean,
literally,
yeah.
it's you can buy cards in the morning, relist them, and sell them by the afternoon.
I
But
look at. Yeah.
it
Yeah.
is
No.
vicious competition. Like you have to have an auto refresher set up on your web browser.
But
The way I run mine is I've got mine set to a 7-second reset, so it
yeah.
resets the most recent listings. And there's been a lot of times, bro, where I'm sitting there listening to a podcast and I see something
Just
big
buying.
pop up, dirt cheap, hit that buy button, relist it, you know, within a couple hours, you're like, oh, wow, why do I have more money? Oh,
See.
well, that
Yeah.
thing sold. So
Mm-hmm.
it is
Yeah.
super convenient for that. And they now have an app, and
Oh
that app
yeah.
is honestly super fire, bro. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm still a desktop user. especially for what I'm trying to do as far as fishing for like
Right.
good deals as fast as they pop up. But as far as just checking how much money you had or seeing where your stuff's at for grading and all that, the app is clutch. It's super clutch.
Yeah, I don't do zero. Well, I mean, I got cards on there and I sold cards on there, but for me not to even like, I think I checked it the other week for the first time like this year, and I was like, oh, I didn't have that much money in there, which is like, I mean, it's like $50, but for
Well,
me
yeah,
not to
it's
be
it's a free 50 because you're
a free
literally
50,
like,
not
oh,
doing
what the
nothing.
heck? What is that doing in there? Yeah, bro.
It's not doing anything.
That's why I love that app or that website, that platform.
Yeah. So
Um,
when nationals come about, I'm gonna probably do. I'm gonna try to put as many probably raw cards on there, which I have like stuff for like $2-3 or whatever, and just like put them on there and just
Yeah,
let it
I think
roll.
from my rough understanding, the real money making window of price point is somewhere between $3 and $20. But I've seen people do really well on stuff that's way more than $20. I mean, there's stuff on COMC that's like
Yeah,
25, 35 grand. I mean,
yeah.
they've got crazy shit. It is 100% on there. So I mean,
Yeah. And so the thing is that I think it's gonna be my strategy coming up is that I'm gonna use uh CM ComC a lot more, like a lot more coming up.
yeah, that's kind of the way I really can't wait till the next show that they're physically at so I can bring them a big box of stuff without having to
Yeah,
ship them something.
yeah. Don't
But
ship it.
that's how I feel. So I want to use it to basically scale my business up without employees. I mean, essentially, you do have to pay 50 cents, a dollar a card, something like that,
Right.
but they're taking your photos. They're writing your listings. They're
Yes.
noting, oh, this has a crease. That I'm basically paying to save time. And quite literally, I feel like that's one of the safest, smartest ways
Exactly.
to scale
Yeah.
your business up with little to no risk. Because, yes, you do have the risk of, you know, you could buy it for 5 and it go to $1, right? But there are so many more chances that I've had where it's like I bought it for 5 and I sold it for 15.
Uh-huh.
If you can do that 10 times, bro, that's a lick. Like, I think COMC is a great play that not enough people talk about.
People are lazy and they don't want to put in that. They don't want to go to the dollar boxes and look in and go in. I mean, hold on. Matter of fact, let me
Bro,
think
hold on.
about this.
You want to talk about putting in work? You know who was putting in real work on Whatnot? Shohei Ohtani's
Oh,
interpreter, bro.
let me tell you
I think
something.
it was something to the tune of $325,000 in baseball cards on eBay and whatnot. Bro, that guy was grinding.
So, according to NBC Los Angeles, between January 2024, March 2024, allegedly, okay, used whatnot in eBay to purchase 1,000 baseball cards. 1,000 baseball cards, owning it under the alias J Men. That's crazy.
So anybody who sold anything on eBay recently, if you had any baseball cards and it went to J
J
Men,
Man,
maybe send him a message
wow,
and go, "Hey man,
appreciate that.
how's prison?" But
Appreciate that.
that does mean Otani is essentially scot free.
No, he's scot free, and that's why his cards are
He
going up.
and and what was beautiful, I not saying that we called it, but we did call, hey, there's a window. It's a great buying opportunity. You better strike while the iron's hot. And that
Completely missed it.
price that stuff was then is way higher now for
It's
sure.
gonna be
It's
higher.
because immediately after that
Mhm.
announcement, the FBI came out and said, hey, this, that, and the other, right? Dude, his price is just straight
It
up.
took off. It's like,
So
yeah, I hate it. But I cannot find anything that's just been like, okay, I can hold this for 3 years or 5 years. It's just, with Ohtani, that's just
Well,
my
I
thing.
mean, there were those few days where people were dumping
Dumping.
hardcore. I mean,
Yeah, dumping.
dumping.
Yeah.
Which I'm not going to lie to you, man. I'm currently still holding an Ohtani, and it was something that crossed my mind. But man, I just felt like the MLB was not going to let that happen. Like,
No.
I'm not saying they swept it under the rug,
Mhm.
but they said they weren't losing their star.
You got to understand, Pete Rose, he was calling his shark during the games and betting. So it's like, that's a little different than what, Ohtani was doing. And, don't be all in the comments talking about, well, it's the same thing. It's not. Do your research. We're not even here to explain it. Talk to your mom about this, not us. Don't be in the comments doing that. Don't waste our typing space for that at all. So, but hey, that's what I'm saying. So, scot free. You better get
Scott,
Finally Ohtani. I know I need to find me Ohtani. I'm on the hunt. I gotta get
and I'm
me.
pretty sure he came out hitting some bombs too. I mean, I'm pretty sure he hit some home runs. So I
It's
mean,
been crazy.
back
It's
to
been
business,
crazy.
baby.
I gotta get some stats. I'm gonna research some stats next week and see how he's doing. But right now, he's just bombing it out. But so shout out to the interpreter. Shout out to California. And on top of that, listen, state of California don't like his pay anyway, but they gonna have to deal with it. So shout out to California and everything. We gotta go to a game. I gotta go see Ohtani play before it gets really outrageous. Because, like I said, if you ain't got no Ohtani now, you probably can just forget it. Anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you didn't strike while the iron's hot, man. I mean, people were nervous. Those people who were previously nervous are
I love
now
nervous
not
people.
nervous at all.
Oh,
I
I
mean, they're
love nervous people.
yeah.
I love nervous people. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, shout out to you, the interpreter, for all that. But speaking of show recap, Fanatics made an announcement as how they're doing not a card show, it's an event, Fanatic Fest. All these Tom Brady's, Peyton Manning's, Eli Manning's, Derek Jeter, and probably Meek Mill gonna probably be there. Basically, in New York City, Fanatic got the Fanatics Fest coming on. Now, here's the deal. It's not a car show because I don't see no vendor sign-ups at all. If it was, I'll definitely be there. I don't want it to be the mint. I mean, I'm very vocal on that. It does not need to be a conference on that. But the thing is that it's very interesting how they're 2-3 weeks after National, number one.
And they're doing it during the exact same weekend as the East Coast National.
And the East Coast National also. So it's
and
like,
I think I want to say it's within a drivable distance of each other. So it would appear as if it's a direct, who do you want to go to?
and then if I'm not mistaken, I'm thinking it's a week before or after the Burbank Car Show. So
yeah, man, I'm gonna be real with you. I would love to go. Like, you've got a way better chance to meet Tom Brady, Meek Mill, all those guys, right? I would gamble Travis Scott's going to show up, limited merch, whatever, right?
Oh, I got my merch in.
But it really feels like it's going to be like a VCon kind of thing. And like VCon's cool, don't get me wrong, but if you weren't wanting a South by Southwest or South by Southwest like conference vibe,
South by Southwest is awesome
for sure,
because it's not just it's okay. Yeah, you can understand like the music and everything this, but it was still concerts. You still,
so explicitly VCon the first year, bro. People were literally like they thought it was going to be kind of party South by Southwest, and it was not as much as what was advertised.
Really,
I kind of feel like that's what's going to be Fanatics Fest. Yes, they're going to have some exclusive merchandise, and you're probably going to have a flipping opportunity of I went in physically, purchased some stuff, flipped it online, kind of like the Masters or whatever. Like, hey, we're not going to sell it online if you're not physically here. Sucks to suck, right? But let's get real, man. If it's between me going to the National or Fanatics Fest, 100%, I'm choosing
National.
100%, right? Now, okay, Nationals already happened.
Yeah.
If it's between that or the Burbank show, I'm going to Burbank. 100%. 100%.
It's a card show.
And
I don't want to
so
see Tom Brady sitting on the thing and talking.
Yeah, and that was what I kind of did not enjoy about the Comic-Con, that it was so not cards. It's cool. Like, that's a cool that you've got a stage set up and y'all are talking about what got you to your point and all that.
But that's different.
I respect it 100%.
Yeah.
Me personally, as a hobby enthusiast, bro,
that should
I
be
want
the
the hot,
highlight.
sweaty, elbow to elbow. Let's
Yeah,
do deals. Let's make
it's not
trades.
a card show though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They didn't. They didn't make it to it. I don't know, man. It's just can we even bring our cards? That's
the other thing. That's what I was going to say. Like, I imagine all these guys showing up to Fanatics Fest. Everybody's got their Zion case, whatever.
Yeah.
And just like, well, where do you go? Oh, well, there's nowhere. I mean, we're all degenerates. I mean, we're going to find a table, a corner, and a trade show is eventually going to happen, right?
Yeah.
But man, with National, they're like, oh, we're going to have a trade show here. We're going to have a trade show here. Oh, you want F1? Bam, F1's here. Oh, you want, like, but with the Fanatics Fest, it just kind of feels like oh, hey, let's go sit and Tom Brady's going to be on the stage and tell us, how to stay motivated. Like, I mean, that's cool. I believe in Michael Rubin personally. I have his autograph. He's one of those entrepreneurs that I think is like, super cool, hip,
right,
and super involved in culture. So I do have high hopes for it. But as far as initial press release, it seemed pretty mid. I mean, and I hate to be judgmental, but why did we not have that hype video that was like, just bang?
They're going to announce Meek Mill. It's going to be a concert, and so you got to have it. They're going to have. Let me think of Michael Rubin. You're going to have Meek Mill and probably Lil Baby.
Travis Scott
headlining.
Yeah.
Like that show. They give it about a month or a couple weeks. They're going to start announcing that. They're going to start announcing like, who's going to artist going to be this and this. And like I said, I want to see Culture Collision have panels. I wouldn't mind like. Wait, let me think about this. The National.
I mean, I respect the panels. I like the panels. I mean, they're good. They're informative, especially us in media, the content space. Like, that's a great networking opportunity. As an average Joe who's just got cards and I want to go to a show, panels mean nothing to me. Maybe it's just not my
until you're on a panel.
Huh?
Until you're on a panel.
Yeah, but I'm going to be on a panel and there's going to be like two people sitting in a chair. And I'm probably going to know one of them.
Ha!
Hey, will you hold my case while I'm up on this panel? Cool,
Let's
man.
go.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just think it's, I just need to know the reason why I'm going. I got to know who I got to send that email to when this Monopoly stuff don't work 10 years down the line. Monopoly is good. Don't get me wrong. Monopoly is good because Monopoly, if you monopolizing something, you're basically cleaning up everything that original business didn't do. This is all Panini.
Here's my question though. Have you seen the recent trend with players and their jerseys, these Fanatic jerseys? Mm-hmm. I think it was Bryce Harper got caught wearing his Nike jersey from a previous year because it was a better quality than the Fanatic jersey.
Yeah.
When does that bleed into our hobby? When does that bleed into our products because
His
it's kind of already happening. I mean,
here's the thing.
there's a few Superfractor 101s out there. If you pull the second one, we'll give you crazy money. Or the first one, we'll give you crazy money. Like,
The thing is that it needs to happen now, and they need to figure it out now. But that first year Fanatics, if people's not on them, like we don't even know what the car looks like. We don't even know what the car looks like. That's all I'm saying. And that's what hopefully they're figuring this out. Hope we get high quality cards, this and this. Like you could talk all this stuff. Until you have it in my hand, then whatever. But until then, we just gotta see what the cars look like. But like I said, if they're messing up jerseys and stuff now, let it mess it up. Nike was the same way with the NBA jerseys. Nike was the same way in the football jerseys. So it's that first year of transitions between this company and this company. It's always going to have its like ups and downs. How are they going to fix it? That's the story at hand. How are they going to make it better? That's the story at hand. That's what people need to be talking about.
And I'm going to be real with you. If there was going to be one individual to do it, I would think that it would be the Michael Rubin. I mean, honestly, like he is making crazy moves. He is doing stuff that the hobby has literally never seen before. And I mean, not all of it everybody loves.
No.
But at the same time, as far as betterment of the hobby, I'm interested to see. I mean, it's got some bumpy paths right now for sure, but I'm curious to see what's going to happen.
The question I got to ask in New York City is, how are y'all helping the collectors? I think that the argument is that we have to figure out
how we need a way to help collectors other than bounties.
Yeah.
Like bounties are cool, but we need another way to help collectors. They really need to.
But that's still is bounties really helping collectors? That's not a collector's thing, though.
No, that's helping breakers.
Right.
I would think if they were trying to help collectors as a whole, they need to incentivize something like the first, 12 and under person to complete this set and send it in. We're going to give you a free round trip to whatever. So they need to incentivize collecting, because right now with the bounties, it just feels like we're incentivizing, pull this Steph Curry, the first one to pull it, you get $10,000. And that helps sell product. That helps move product. That helps breakers. That helps LCSs, right? That doesn't help collectors to collect.
That's what we need. That's the main thing we need to talk about is the collectors. If they want to do something, it's not Fanatic Fest, it's Collectors Fest. You know, if you want to really make something happen, you have a Collectors Fest instead of people sitting on stage, these old athletes that nobody cares about. Derek Jeter. Nobody cares about Derek Jeter in the South. And, Tom Brady's good. Peyton Manning's good, this and this. But what are y'all doing for the collectors? That's the whole problem. And that's should be the talking point of Fanatics is going.
And here's the other thing. That doesn't bring in new collectors, period.
No.
Me watching Tom Brady sit on a stage, give a motivational speech, does not make me want to go out and grade my cards. That does not make me want to complete a set. That does not make me want to, there needs to be a way to incentivize collectors to collect. Yeah. That's the future of the hobby. The moment people are just bounty, it feels like it's going to be downhill from there.
Now having a panel over there, if they have some kind of somebody that's going to talk about collecting and how Fanatics is going to do this for collectors, I'll go in there and sit down there. I got a Q&A. I got a lot of questions to ask that person. But right now, this focus to the end of the year and beyond is like, how do we bring in collectors? I understand you trying to 100x this, whatever, and it's all cool. We're seeing that right now. But the whole thing is that your voice should be on more of collectors than just going, yeah, we can help out the dealers and this. Go, we always gonna be here.
Yeah.
Us, we always gonna be here regardless. You know what I'm saying? But they gotta figure out like what is the collectors gonna do. It's the same. We having the same argument going. You know about these uh about all these everybody going to shows now and just buying up stuff. And then
Oh,
people like
you talking about people still crying about the repackers still? Like,
and
is it
then
even worth going to the shows? It's
is
like,
it even worth going to the show is what I'm hearing. And it's like I went to Charlotte and I go to shows all the time, different shows, and I go, yeah, I was bought out in Nashville. Don't tell me that it's so hard to get inventory. Bitch, do your work and get out there and actually go on different platforms and get inventory. Of course, you're not gonna get at a show. Why
well,
would you?
hold on. The Cook Group didn't tell us that. They didn't tell us to go buy that, Amani.
No,
They said that I need to go buy whatever player right now this week. Like, that's why we try to incentivize people. Like, think for yourself. You have to go into the trenches. You have to, bro. I've been going to the card shows, and like this weekend, I kind of thought it was a bad show up until I had done that deal. And I mean, after it's all said and done, I think I'm going to eat good because of Duck
jeez.
Hunt the game. Like, I feel like I'm going to not only go green as far as my investment on this, but it's like you don't know if you don't try. It's real easy
Exactly.
to be a keyboard warrior and go, this is
Stop.
all a show. You're not really buying and selling. I mean, that's this week actually I had made a play because I had a Pokemon card that I literally had for a couple weeks, couldn't move, made a trade on Veriswap.
Uh-huh.
2 days after I received that Pokemon, put it on eBay. I woke up this morning to 4 different offers.
Yeah.
You know, like
Easy.
people, you have to put in the work. You
Jump in the
have
work.
to try. I've had guys who go, I've had no luck on Veriswap. I've had no luck on eBay. And I'm like, when's the last time you posted? When's the
Exactly.
last time you listed? I mean, eBay, for me personally, every day I list, I make a sell. If you don't list, you're not going to make a sell. Even if you
No.
only list 2 or 3 things, you might sell one. And for every time that I've listed a $20 item, and you sell something that's $8, maybe
Uh-huh.
you don't feel like you're winning, but you're just slowly moving up that ladder, bro. That's slow and steady wins the race. This oh, everything's great, I'm gonna ride the roller coaster. Oh no, it's going down, I need to jump off. You're never gonna win. Either stay on the roller coaster or get off the roller coaster.
Stop keeping up with the Johnsons.
Yep.
Stop keeping up with the Johnsons.
Well, you see that all the time, bro. It's oh my God, I post this Steph Curry game
Yeah.
use patch, whatever, and somebody comments and goes, oh, well, I've got the national treasure. He wore it in the play. Scale up as fast as you can,
Let me tell
but
you.
as
And
slow
then
as you can.
I
Do it
have a
without leverage. Don't go in there going, well, it's 0% down for 60
oh
months.
my
Nah,
gosh.
bro. Skip that. If you can't buy it twice, do not buy it. Jay-Z said
Yeah.
it best.
And also I got a plan for everything. I got a plan if I get sold out. It's the same thing I did. I got sold out in Nashville. First phone call I made, I call Polo up, Card Sharks, and go, hey, I just got bought out. What do you got?
Bro, yeah, okay. So I'm glad you said that. It's a beautiful lead into I did this trade on Veriswap recently. I got 2 VFriends cards.
Uh-huh.
I've got the bold as fuck bat and the oak monster, or oak, yeah, the oak tree monster.
Yeah.
Well, I picked these up for long. I'm pretty sure I had like 1 sports card that I traded for both of these. My whole plan is VCon's coming up super, super soon. I'm going to have these items, and the week before it happens, they're going to be listed on eBay for
Yep.
way higher than I paid.
Yep.
And the first person to give me a decent offer, bro, all day, free shipping. I got you. Throw in some extras. What's up? But yeah, you have a plan. have an exit plan. Have a date in mind of I'm going to hold this item for so long, or just flip it for how it is.
You have to understand what could happen. It just and like I said, and another thing is I heard is that if you're offering 70%, then and they're not budging, then offer 90%.
100%.
If you want it.
100%. Listen, bro. There's certain cards that I've had that I paid more than the last comp because I said, hey, I need to have this. I want to have this.
Yep.
Specifically, like my Craig Kimbrell stuff that I've owned. Like all the comps are from like 2013, 15, like just forever ago. You're gonna have to be the one to make that new completed sell price. And I don't think people really should be afraid of that. So that was how I priced this item right here. Basically, I priced this against another CBI, which means complete in box. And the one that I priced this against was not graded at all. And, I said, hey, man, you've got this a little high on the value. And he goes, look, man, you're not going to find anything on it. You're going to have to be the one who sets the new comp.
Yep.
And on something as nostalgic as this, I felt safe. Would I do that on everything? Probably not. But you've got to take the chance. You've got to go for it in some cases. And you got to go, hey, I could either win really big or I could lose. But you're not going to know if you don't freaking try.
That should be pissing me off. I got to keep hearing it. I'm like, y'all have done. This is the only industry.
Bro, I hope that they keep putting out content to say don't show up to the shows because that means I'm going to eat even better. But, the beautiful thing with this hobby is there's enough for everybody to eat good.
Exactly.
Like you can see the value in something that I can't. And that's what makes going to those shows such a valuable, that's a great way to spend your time because you might find value in something that I don't see, and you're able to buy something for 20 and go sell it for 120. So, but if you're going to cry and be a keyboard warrior and, the wee peppers, you're buying me out. Ooh. Like, if you're going to have that attitude, you might as well just go ahead and put everything you've got up on eBay at a 99-cent 7-day auction and run it and walk away.
Because the thing is that, you have, like I said, people have to understand that, industry evolves and businesses evolve. And that's just what's going on right now. If you don't like it, get out.
Well, and here's the other thing. You have to be able to navigate the choppy waters. You have to be able to say, hey, I've been moving in this direction and it was working, but now it's not. You've got to be willing to pivot. I mean, that was COVID era. Ooh, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word, but that era of time frame where guys and girls were buying the shelves out of, Walmart. I'm going to buy everything off the shelf. Well, that stopped working. And a lot of those people did not know how to pivot out of that. And they got left in the dust. So either you can grow or die.
And that's the whole thing. But here's the thing is that if you get sold out of the show, or before you get sold out of the show, make sure you have enough contacts that you have enough relationships that you can fill up your
have a plan on the reload. Make friends, kiss babies, shake hands. I mean, that was the only reason why I got deals done at the Comic-Con that I was at this past weekend. Is because, like I said, I knew all the vendors on a first name basis, and that helps, especially to have that good rapport of okay, so like when I did that deal on the Duck Hunt game for Pokemon, I used TCG Player as an app to price everything out. Well, the app messed up and it totally deleted my list off, right? Well, if I was doing a deal with somebody that I never knew or I've not previously done deals with, that person would have probably not been like
Yeah.
they would have been more hesitant to say, oh, well, the list said it was worth this, but I don't want to go in and relist everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
Exactly.
because I had a good rapport with that seller, he was like, Jerry, you're good
Yep.
on how you do TCG, because generally I try to like, if it looks like it's good, I'll put it as one lower so nobody can argue. Oh, well, this is light play. No, I put it the thing right under. I call it, not heavy play, but mid play,
Right.
whatever. Like, so we don't even argue about a price. So that good rapport really does help. And so many of these people are afraid to talk to people,
Yeah.
like I think how I met you was I was at a show and you had your son and your dad there, and that's what sparked the whole conversation.
It was at Gardendale.
That was Gardendale. And then we further connected because you were like, hey, where are you from? And, I told you what high school I graduated, and I think you graduated from the same high school just a few years earlier. But I mean, would have never known had I not sparked up a conversation.
You gotta talk to people. And here's another tip of the day for dealers. When somebody comes to your table, stand up.
Bro.
Stand up.
Literally. I will accept it because there are some old vendors.
I mean, of course, yeah.
Walkers.
I mean, yeah.
You give me the fist bump. But bro, if you look like me or Amani, get up and give a fist bump. Hey man, what's up? What are you looking for today? You selling anything out the box? Let's get a deal done.
We should have a. We should have
these guys, and they're over there just like, no, I'm on my phone. Like, no, bro, you could at least go. Oh, here's the one that I hate. Here's the one I hate for dealers. And this has happened at the Nashville show. I saw this at Culture Collision. Do not stream live while you are a dealer. Oh my freaking God. I hate it. I met, I will leave the person's name out, super big influencer. This person also happened to be running a break while at the show. Well, you try to go up and go, oh, hey, love your content, this, that. Oh, all right. And it's like, no eye contact, won't make, and it's like, I understand you're
somebody else there?
Doing your online thing. Huh?
Did he have somebody else there, or was it just him?
The somebody may or may not have been a man, but they had a significant other there, and significant other was like, oh, she's on a break right now. And it's like, bro, what? Like, you're at a show. Like, meet new customers. Like, yeah, your online presence is great, but there's people physically here in front of you. And I didn't do anything on that because I saw stuff that I wanted to do a deal on, but they're running a break. So I was like, well, I guess I'll go take my business elsewhere.
Now, I would say this. Okay, I would say this also. If you want to know what people are buying in different regions of the country, I love watching the POV of car dealers on YouTube.
Oh, I love that. The 360 kind of like setup from the side.
Well, not 360 is more of just like they just got a camera,
the fisheye,
pointed at the case and everything, and they're just talking to people. This, people just buying stuff. This and this, because you'll know what I mean. That's where I get all my information from. I study it and I go, okay, maybe I should just start buying more, Wayne Gretzky or whatever in this part of the country. You know what I'm saying? Or if I know if I'm going to a car show somewhere and I go like, okay, man, I need to do my research to see what's buying over there.
Yeah, regionally, who is prevalent, who is relevant, who is interesting.
Yep. But like I said, they just don't want to do that. It should piss me off.
Man, that was a good show. You want to call it a wrap?
Yeah. So like I said, like, comment, subscribe, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TikTok,
YouTube Shorts, Reels.
We are pumping content out like crazy, especially on TikTok.
Pretty much almost daily. New content almost daily.
Almost daily. So we'll say 3 times a week. New content like 3 times a week, maybe. Cause we both got real jobs and whatever. We'll figure this out. But look, until then, y'all be safe. Some of y'all be sorry. Peace out.
Peace.